one of the best players in the lobby right now,
Uh-oh.
HCD Canadian.
You're gonna have to carry
So
me then.
it's a guaranteed loss. He's really good.
So when
There's
did you start working on this? Like months ago, or
a few months ago. Oh, let me look.
at some point you're just like, I have made Civilization Sapphire, and it is the greatest strategy game on the StarCraft 2 arcade. Now I must go forth and conquer new territory.
Looks like I started around the end of September. Probably released the first version like at the beginning of October.
Oh. Oh yes, this is very different than last time. Is it randomized?
Oh yeah. So this is the inside out, like inverse map, where all the dirt's in the middle. The normal map is like the opposite of this.
So is one ant queen significantly better than the others?
They're all fairly similar. You know, like foragers and soldiers. Then they have some. Each queen has slightly different abilities and special units.
Do you make lots? I have not actually played the ants map that often, slash at all.
Uh-huh.
So this is all brand spanking new to me. Is the idea that you make one big super colony and you just keep going from there? Or
That's
do
one
you
way to do it.
or do you make many little colonies? It seems like you mostly focus on one big colony.
That's the safer way to play. Going around and putting forager nests here and there can be a pretty strong play. So you get closer mining distances for your foragers. But when you're all spread out, you're also more vulnerable.
Yeah, I noticed that you kind of just walked in and murdered me last game, and there wasn't really a lot I could do about it.
Right. One of the queen types, the black ants, can upgrade their forager nests to just make food like automatically without foragers. So you can like dig a deep hole and never come out and still get food. So some people do that, try to play ultra defensively.
That does seem pretty chill, and then I haven't actually investigated, so the walls have 120 HP? Is that the ones you build as well?
The walls you build have a lot more HP.
Oh, okay. So, if I wanted to, I would just build some walls and whatnot.
Yep. The the other ant, the fire ant, they can't build walls. They can't upgrade their things. They do get money for killing things, so
How did
they
the guy
usually go
get the,
super aggressive.
yeah, how did the guy get the Hydras last game? They seemed strong.
That was a fire ant's special unit.
Is that what it was?
Yep. The only real ranged unit. The wood ant's special is sort of ranged. They're like roaches or locusts. They used to look like locusts. I changed them to be roaches. It made a little more sense. I like to, make the units look like whatever they most closely resemble in functionality,
Right.
so people know what's going on.
Yeah, visual iconography is very important. Even though a lot of people play arcade that basically have never touched the campaign, at some point they start to recognize what the units do.
Right.
From like tower defense and like tug of war maps.
Civilization was like that too. Like all the units are all sorts of random. You have zealots, you have roaches, you have siege tanks. It's all like mixed together. But I just selected the unit models based on what I wanted them to act like, so you can sort of understand what's happening.
And then the one thing that really threw people was the walls, because they had hilarious amounts of armor and hit points, if I remember right.
Right. They're kind of weird. Not too happy with the way that turned out, but it was better
Made
than
a lot of the gameplay based kind of around the building or defending walls, I feel.
sure. But before walls, it was just like a total clusterfuck. Like, any sort of rush strategy was devastating.
So I guess at some point I want to start doing upgrades. It seems like my economy is doing really good. But I'm so vulnerable while I am trying to make stuff. Oh god, and it's like as soon as I start upgrading, that's when I start discovering other people. So this is actually now slightly dangerous. I need to go...
Going up to like 10 or 12 for forger nests, then getting a few soldiers is usually a pretty safe play. Upgrades are good. Come out if you're dead.
Of course, now I'm getting close to this teal guy. I don't know. Is there a way to tell when you're about to break into someone's base?
Scout them. I'm sending some dudes. I'll scout them for you.
Alright. Ooh, yeah, he is. He is getting close. Wait, have I not spawned anything yet, or F2 does work, right? Yeah, yeah. And then it is you make the broodling spawners pretty much only at your entrance.
In the beginning, it's good to have, you know, one or two at the entrance. You know, kill dudes. Later on, their ability to damage stuff falls off because of armor upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
So like the broodlings do 4 damage. Once everyone has +3 armor, you know, they only do 1 damage. But they get that slowing aura. So having a few sprinkled around your base to prevent run-bys is pretty good.
The soldier nest upgrades are not necessarily efficient, right?
Right.
It's just I can't really build anything while I'm doing the upgrades, so I want to spend my resources somehow. Seems like this teal guy has a lot of dudes, though.
Buying the instant soldiers is also a good way to thwart, you know, run-bys and counterattacks. If someone's running into your base, you can, you know, suddenly, you know, get some defense, even if your main army's away.
Oh, I'm getting attacked. Do you want to help out just a little bit so I don't get ganked or whatever? Oh, I guess they had to back off for the moment. I lost some dudes, though. Some little soldier colony things.
I killed a couple of his, too. He's got a little bit of a thin wall here, so I'm going to tunnel in.
Do they only have ups or what?
What's that?
It doesn't seem like he has ups.
Pink does not have any. He has a lot of dudes, though.
I feel like if they knew where my queen was, I would have died very quickly. Just keeping your queen secretive is very important.
Starting the upgrades now. It's pretty dangerous. It's coming into your base.
Oh. Oh yeah, I'm losing lots of dudes. Well, rip my dude. Alright. That's too bad. So they all kind of just built together into one thing, I see. I guess that might be safer so that you can move your troops around easier. I was thinking it'd be nice to have better spread on my initial income, and then I'd be fine because I'd have upgrade advantage. But it seems like just having lots of dudes matters a lot more at the beginning. Can I send you resources?
Yeah.
So is it randomized now between whether the terrain goes toward the inside or the exterior?
It is.
That's cool.
Not really sure how to play effectively on this map layout. Distances are like so far.
So that's funny. I guess green is over on the side trying to basically create the Great Wall of China. Meanwhile, I just kind of walked into teal and got caught. I'm used to having like teleports and things in maps like this. So are you gonna... do you have plans for another big map, or are you still focused on this one for a while more?
No new plans.
Are you based in North America?
I am currently in Florida.
Nice.
Just moved here, actually.
Pink is coming for you.
So there's a couple ranked modes I made where you get, you know, elo ratings.
That sounds fun.
HCD Canadians rated 2200 or something. He's up, yeah, pretty up there.
How do I see the ratings? This is from the ant stats.
That'll be your ratings, but if we were playing in a ranked mode, it would show you. It would show you everyone's ratings on the leaderboard.
So you are not OP enough to carry both of us.
Not against him. Oh, here we go. Never mind.
What was that? Are you getting into a new lobby?
I saw someone come online. They didn't actually come on StarCraft 2, though. Another one of the good players. Thought we might team up with him. Oh, let's try ranked.
Yeah, for a while I was getting I had a pretty good sense of playing Civilization Sapphire. But it did at some point start to get frustrating playing with some of the people in the community.
The ones who play nothing but Civ.
Yes.
They're like still playing. They like, you know, there's a handful of people that have been playing like multiple matches of Civ every day for the past like 5 years. It's like they never get tired of it. It's
It's
amazing.
it's beautiful, isn't it? Also, makes it very hard to get, just pick up the game and dive in and be like, oh, I wonder how I'll do this time. Because,
Right? Because at this point, those people are the only ones left playing. So if you do join a match, you're almost certainly going to go up against one of them and lose terribly.
the people who 5 years ago could, go 1 or 2 versus 5, and now are only playing against people who regularly go 1 or 2 versus 5 or whatever, right? Seemed like a big part of the game was just getting the timing down on the different positions. At some point, you're like, well, I'm in the wrong position for this game, or I'm close to this other player, therefore I lose.
Right?
It seems like ants would be a lot less susceptible to that because the high, there's no high ground, so even though it's not symmetrical maps, it seems to be randomly generated. There's no heavy balance swing based on your starting location.
Sure. The generation, procedural generation makes the terrain a little, lumpy, but it's mostly the same every time, except for the new layouts I'm making. I'm not sure if they're going to work out. They seem to disrupt the flow of the game quite a bit.
Which ones are
Having to run like all the way around the big island to get to my opponent was quite a disadvantage.
Yeah, well, I mean, but a big part of the disadvantage was having me already be dead.
Sure. Like if you get caught out of position, it's like you'll never get back in time.
There's just like 5 lings basically walked in and just destroyed my entire base. I need to get more of those defensive things at the very start.
Yeah, it's usually good to have, a single opening to your base. Dig in like 4 or 5 dirts deep, make a nice narrow choke, and then start opening it up when you're a little deeper to build more stuff.
So what's your impression of the StarCraft 2 editor?
The editor is fine, but everything else is not great.
What do you mean? What are you including in everything else?
Like the publishing system and like the interface on BattleNet, and various like lack of information. Like there's no support for any sort of like analytics or like debugging or anything online.
Yeah, it would be nice if having records of the games didn't require on the bank file, right? Because if it's in the bank file, that means the loading time of the map is going to increase if you try to keep track of it, right?
Loading time's not a big problem, but the fact that the banks are stored locally on people's machines means like you can't get that data unless you're like actually playing the players.
I was talking with Luminous, and he seemed to somehow find a system where the banks would record like the last 100 games played, and then it would aggregate all the data when the match started so that anyone could see the win rate for all those games based on everyone in the lobby. But it seemed like it did increase the loading time a bit. I'm not sure if that was just due to that or due to other things.
I'm not sure what the size of the bank files is, but I guess could be pretty significant. You know, each player's bank files needs to be transmitted to every other player before the map initialization can happen.
Yeah. How did you? What drew you to
Also,
make the
if
that?
you're if you're combining all of that data after initialization, that's possibly a pretty significant, you know, like performance cost. So, but
Oh, I was gonna ask what drew you to make the ants map in the first place.
I played Sims Early, another map. It's got a similar sort of like digging into the dirt kind of mechanic. Um,
What was it called?
Everything else, it's called Sims Early.
Oh, okay.
The other parts of it are questionable. Like, you have like there's a queen and players have zerglings. Superficially similar to this game, but it's really a mess. Like like just a jumble of nonsense mostly. But you control this one zergling and you can like upgrade it into different like races and classes, and you get different abilities. And, like you can like carry objects around, and, like bring like mineral chunks back to the base,
Sort of like
like
a
build stuff.
hunter gatherer RPG, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you like when you kill things, you like gain small amounts of resources, and eventually you buy upgrades on your dude. Uh, it's like really weird, not great though. And there's this like team switching thing where like they'll like, oh, your queen will die, but you can just there'll be like a neutral queen on the map, and you can just join that team, keep playing. Weird stuff. But I did like the digging thing. Um,
As a strategy of base formation. Yeah, man, I remember in Brood War, actually, one of my favorite defense maps was Maze. No, hold on. Path defense, where you had it was basically like this, where instead of doing the conventional laning system, where you would have very little control over pathing, right? Instead you could create the path for the enemy units to go down. So you could decide, okay, how do I want, do I want to try to split them initially? Do I want to have them just walk as long as possible in a single file? Or how do I want to do it? That was nice. But generally, yeah, I think that being able to actually shape your base is just kind of very intuitive in terms of giving you a sense of ownership over your base, yeah?
right. Kind of interesting. A little bit underutilized, or sort of not utilized at all in Sims Zergling. The default like configuration of your base when you start the map is you sort of already have your thing dug out in a small narrow choke point, so like it's totally ideal, no reason to ever change it. So there basically isn't any point to the system. No one ever customizes their base. Doing so would convey no benefit, serve no purpose.
Should we combine our dealios here?
Totally.
Done.
It's also kind of tedious in Sims Zergling because the dirts are like one by one, so you kind of like dig out like so many to like do anything. So in this, I made them, much bigger. They're 2 by 2, and I wanted them, I wanted like the shape and like size of your base to have like some sort of meaning. Um, so different, different patterns and stuff you make are useful for various different reasons. Like you can make kind of like a hook shape like this. You put like a ruling spawner here. The slow aura will hit the surrounding tunnels. It's kind of nice. If you're wood ant, you can like wall that in so you can keep that aura up without it being killed. If you're playing as fire ants, sometimes you'll see people go like make like long lines back and forth, stripes, because they have the ranged unit, like Hydralisk, which can shoot over those really effectively. But doing that as the other ants makes no sense because you don't have a ranged unit. Playing as the black ants, you'll get like, you dig out your base is like a big, like single opening, or to maximize the splash damage that their special unit does. It's like an Ultralisk. Wood ants, of course, build. They hardly dig at all. Build out in the center, adding walls, towards the food.
So did you pretty much just create the map and then and then the community kind of formed around it? Or did you try to advertise it anywhere in particular or anything?
So initially I just made the dirt thing. So that's all that interested me. And I just sort of slapped some random gameplay on top of it. Like, totally, haphazardly on the fly. It eventually turned into this. I didn't actually tell anyone that I was making it or that I had made it. I just sort of published it, and apparently people must have seen it in like the newest maps section because people started playing it all of their own accord.
Something about the ants title must have just struck a chord.
I guess it's like people were like playing it on the Europe server too. Like it's even more popular there, and I've certainly never played it there, and don't know anyone that plays on that server.
Yeah, I think Civilization was kind of continued to be popular on the that server as well, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely a different group of players, different community. I think that there's always been maps that have just simply done better on the Europe server than on the NA server. Like, I know SAT control was initially made, I think, on the Europe server, and then it took a long time for it to even come to NA. And, in terms of, like, MOBAs for the Star Battle community, there's basically an NA version and a Europe version made by different people at this point. The Europe one isn't really updated anymore, but people still play it over the NA one because that's their version, Do you often have players that like do swastikas or anything?
Not really.
It's not a common concern.
Killed Green's queen.
Should I help? So do you get income for kills? Like, should I go attack Green's base now with my units?
Yes. Since you're playing as a fire ant, you will. If you click on one of your forger nests, you can. It's got a little thing in the command card that tells you how much you get for the various types of kills. Oh, wait. I thought you were pink. You're blue. You're not a fire ant. You're a black ant.
I'm a black ant, yeah. I was like, I'm looking at all the command card stuff and I don't see anything. I'm like, huh, I must not be seeing it correctly. But maybe it just wasn't there all along.
Right, I looked at pink. He's a fire ant. He also, like, as soon as I said that, he went over there and started killing that stuff, which
Seemed like it was in response
allowed
to
me
what
to
you're saying.
continue believing that I was right.
So do you generally F2 or do you use hotkey groups?
I've never pressed F2.
I've never pressed F2. So far I've only pressed F2 in playing this game.
I have a bunch of, although, you know, like all your stuff automatically goes into the control groups, so I just use those.
Oh, okay.
I I'm planning to do, you know, customization things, so people would choose which things go into which control groups, but I haven't done that. Did that for Uberina. You played that?
Say it again?
Uberina? It's one of my other
Oh,
maps.
yeah. How many maps do you have?
No one plays that anymore. Micro arenas are not in fashion. I have, I don't know, Civ, Uberina, Uberina 2, and Colonies, and this Legend, I guess.
Legend?
Though that's not a real map.
What is... Wait, what do you mean by a real map?
Not a map that anyone really plays or has ever played.
Oh. I tried to break in. Red's queen is still kind of just right there, basically, by the entrance. Oh, hey, I'm actually doing some damage, it seems. Or is that, your eyes? So you got dudes coming in behind me, too.
Check this out. And this major dies. If it dies.
Oh!
Dirt.
That's cool.
I saw his queen outside. Get it. He's spent an unbelievable amount of money on brute.
I don't even have upgrades. I don't know, I believe that someone would spend that amount of money on broodlings. I see it as entirely possible. I just wish I want to see the rest of the space. Oh, there's the other one. I found yellow. He's right here. I'm not sure that this is actually going to be legible. I think I'm making the second L way too close to the O. See, it's the strategic value is really in the O, right? Because then if they try to cut me off, then I can run around the other side and they can't get me. Or at least I can try to get away. It's not just to write LOL, although that is probably the main thing I'm trying to do.
Well, looks like we've done it.
We've done it! Victory is ours! So what is my hero unit? Is it just the roaches?
What?
So there's the Hydra for the fire ant. There's the Ultralisk for what were you?
Black Ant. Same as you.
Oh, so how do I make the Ultralisk?
That's what I made. Black Ants make them.
What does the forest ant get as their hero?
They get the little roaches.
Oh. Oh, so I just needed to make the fourth building. I just had forgotten that it wasn't. I thought roaches were for every class. I didn't realize it was specific. So are you worried that there will one day be a Warcraft 4, at which point whatever player base is left will jump ship?
Uh, tiny player base leaves, no one will play anymore. Anyway, uh, I, it's hard to imagine Blizzard making any sort of RTS.
Considering their last games have been a card game and a first-person shooter.
Sure, they've been making a bunch of like microtransaction garbage for this game. They're like, you know, the systems in place for their players to make custom content for their game are like have never been good, and they've like been in shambles for years. They do nothing to improve them, outright ignoring any the pleas from the community to do anything about it. And then they like start making their own like first party content, like co-op and Archon and Commanders or whatever. It goes on and on. Like they could, if they spent even like the tiniest bit of effort just improving the arcade systems, like people would make content for them.
That was the initial plan, right? Back when StarCraft 2 was getting released, they were first coming out with the arcade. They're like, yeah, there's gonna be the capacity to, make some sort of mod or map content and like sell it through the arcade.
But that's what they claimed, and it
And
never happened, obviously.
yeah, and I know people were worried that, oh no, you'll need to spend money in StarCraft to get anything done. But I think that they definitely couldn't have done that at release because the tools were too unfamiliar to too many people, and there really was not that much like good arcade content for like the first year at least.
Well, the big problem was there was basically, there's no like discoverability. You know, for all we know, people were making great maps, the best maps that have ever been made, but there was no way to find them or play them. We were stuck with that popularity of this shit. So it was, and even that was bugged. So it was like showing duplicates. So it was like Nexus Wars. Like the whole list is nothing but Nexus Wars. So that's all anyone saw. So that's all anyone played. It's like not great. It's just like generic tug of war. Like it's got, because people saw it so much all the time, it like got like a cult of personality behind it, and people like worship it for no real reason.
What are you questioning the greatness that is Nexus Wars? The one true god?
Right.
Alright, let's try this Fire Ant dealio.
I had made Uberina real early, while that mess was still in its first version. Blizzard featured it in their map spotlight, which removed it permanently from the list. No one could ever play it again. People kept asking me why I deleted the map.
Wait, so getting featured in the map spotlight effectively killed your map?
Oh yeah, like instant death.
Oh, that's nice.
Called up support. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Like this is quite a bug. It took them like 2 years to fix it. A little late.
Wait, but it was eventually fixed.
Well, they overhauled the whole system, so there wasn't, featured content didn't exist anymore.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to try to write out this time. It's really harder when you move away from L's and O's, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Have you thought of, or I mean, have you thought of trying like Flash or Unreal or any of these other engines, moving away from the arcade entirely?
Flash is certainly on the way out. It's on its deathbed. No one really does Flash development anymore. Also, the tooling is not great, in my opinion. Uh,
Are you a
done some.
programmer or what's your?
I am done some work with Unity.
Okay,
Um, haven't it's even as easy as it makes development, it's you know still a whole different kind of thing than making maps. There's no in StarCraft you open up the editor, you make whatever, and then that's it. Like people can play it online like right away,
right.
real easy. There's no sort of like deployment mechanism with Unity stuff. But at the end of the day, you just get an executable that you can run. And it's up to you to get it into the hands of users, which
Yeah.
is extremely hard.
Well, there's now it's easier than it used to be. Right now, there's like indie whatever sites that effectively have a payment scheme that is not quite the same as Steam, but at least people can download, and I think usually it's like donations or whatever, but it's still like something that people can actually get a hold of.
The other big problem is asset creation. Making StarCraft maps, you've got thousands upon thousands of models and effects, sounds, music, etc. at your disposal. It's all hooked up, rigged, ready to go. Making your own stuff in Unity, you have nothing. You have cubes and spheres. It's not great.
You can always have the cubes attack the spheres, and then maybe have a rectangle come out, twist ending. It was the rectangle all along, dude. You didn't even know.
So I've mostly just done like some tinkering, making various demos and isolated systems, but haven't made any real like playable things in Unity.
So is this a thing where you like make walls out of your base, like, or like why do
Yeah.
people do that? I don't actually understand.
Um, so you see he's building in there. When you make walls like that, it actually makes creep like between them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have enough, like when you build the wall, like adjacent spaces that have enough other walls near them get creep. So like if you build out into the middle, build it up, you can extend your buildings out there. In particular, the forger nests, which are drop-off points. So he's he makes the food stick, and he gets shorter mining distance.
Yeah, I see. So there is a strategic reason to build out into the middle.
Yes, he doesn't seem to be doing it very well. He closed it off, so he's like getting no benefit. But it could be good.
Would you like to become a part of the crazy train? I've been working so hard to get all the way up here.
I'll join the Hyperloop. Oh! Oh, almost got him. Damn.
There we go. Now our hives are one. Excite.
You walked out into the open. Got enough foragers there?
I think so. I think we're gonna start trying to make dudes now. I guess this is probably a little bit passive for an opening, huh? Like, a lot of people would probably be attacking more at this
Especially
point.
for a fire unit. I'll give you some digs.
Oh, thank you. Now I will make all the soldier nests.
Well, once you get 10, you can start making stingers, which are the hydralisks.
Oh, it takes 10 to get the hydralisk?
Yep.
Every time I start an upgrade, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be that long. And then I'm like, oh. It looks like the queen is just really, really constipated. Yeah? It's like, really gotta work at it.
It's been quite a while doing animations.
Oh, no, I don't want more Fs. Hold on. I've made so many Fs now that I keep just making them a... You were saying animations.
Yeah. So the queens, since they added a bunch of queen stuff in Heart of the Swarm. There's like different models, which was nice. And they have a bunch of different animations. They got like the puking animation, so like when you hit dirt, you notice they sort of lunge forward. That kind of stuff. Plenty of animations at my disposal to, make the map look good. It's technically possible to make your own animations for the units, but the StarCraft 2 art tools are total shit. Like, have you ever seen even a single custom model in any map?
I think so. I think there's one in Star Battle, maybe. The Colossus.
Well, the reason it's so rare is because the tooling is like a total joke. It's completely unusable.
I mean, is it unusable in comparison to other systems, or is it it's just unusable?
It's baffling how bad it is.
I mean, on the one hand, I feel like I spent a long time really just making drone guys, but on the other hand, it seems like there's just no aggressiveness at all from the other players.
Alright, so I was like wondering why we were staying alive despite not really doing anything. Then I looked at our opponents.
Okay, so how do you look at our opponents? Oh, you can see the score in the top left.
There, that's their ratings. 1500 is the default rating you get for free. So like green is like well below that. Like he must have lost many ranked games to get that low.
Well, yeah, I mean, generally the expectation, right, is that you should lose and you should go down before you go back up once you get the hang of how ranked games are kind of supposed to go, right?
I guess.
Oh, how do I get more supply? Do I...
Soldier nests. Buying the instant soldiers also does it.
Whoa, how did I just get 1,600...
I gave it to you.
Oh, thank you. Are we being... Oh, yeah, we're being attacked now. Alright. I'm sending the Hydras. I have 2 Hydras now, and I'm also working on upgrades. Okay, Hydras are down. I have 2 supply of Lings. Where should I go attack? Should I go attack green?
Get blue.
Okay.
The food stick is very vulnerable to stingers. And shoot over the wall. Also, you know, this queen's out in the open.
Okay, got the queen.
Dead.
Should I stay on blue, or should I change now that the queen is dead?
You can probably kill him.
Okay.
Get some free money. Not that you need it.
Oh no! No, 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 no! Hydras, no! They got stuck!
Correct.
Oh, it was his dudes coming in to attack me from the other angle.
Surrounded, man.
Oh, I didn't think I was gonna get surrounded. I thought we were in control, man. I thought the world was our oyster. Okay, if the ultra's in there, then I can walk into space, right? Oh, he has more ultras. Of course he has more ultras. Oh, hello, base. Let's come down and say hello to this.
Pretty good base.
Ah, didn't quite. Oh no, the Hydras again! Oh, I'm so bad at this game.
Nice micro.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just. I mean, I played a lot of Lord of the Rings, where if you're a hero, you pay attention to your hero because you only have one, and then if your hero gets in trouble, you warp them out. So this thing where you have one hero and it needs to never get surrounded when attacking a base that is, one giant lane. It's very foreign to my usual style of gameplay.
Stingers are pretty slow, pretty fragile. Gotta keep an eye on them.
It seems like I'm now attacking this. Oh, the other blue base. I guess this is actually the same player, huh? It was Teal who died.
Yeah.
What's the team average thing? No, no, no! Green! Don't you attack my Hydro Green. Don't you do it. Hunk!
It's hanging in there. Yeah, target fire that ultra. Nice.
There we go. So yeah, now I'm getting the sense, okay, you can actually micro your Hydras, so long as it's your units that are behind it.
Right.
That makes sense. None of this having the enemy behind me nonsense. None of that. Forget about it. Oh, I'm getting attacked again. No! Alright.
They're getting pretty big.
We got green up there. Blue here. Did you just give me more minerals?
Yep.
And what should I just be increasing the Zergling count? I'm 3-3 now, so I guess I'll just make more dudes.
Dudes are good.
And maybe another Stinger Nest so I can keep the Hydras up faster.
I'm surprised the pink asked that. Because, he's obviously played before because he's got rating. But he's never upgraded? Okay.
You managed to win without ever upgrading, man. It seems like that's been the way of the last couple games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe... one more Stinger Nest. I guess I shouldn't Should I keep one Hydra per place, or should I... What should be the Hydra to Ling ratio, you think?
As many as you can make. Great. It's unfortunate that all three of us are fire ants.
It'd be nice if we had the little ultra dudes.
Right. Also, it'd be nice if, if you have at least, well, if everyone on the team is using forgers to mine, you sort of saturate the middle. If you got at least one black ant, you can have them switch to do farms. Both blue and green are black ant. You can see little green things on their order nests. Green's probably getting huge, curled up in his base. You could probably make a tunnel through this way to get to his base. Maybe surprise him.
Okay. I'll start working on it. I feel like we're making pretty good progress on Blue's base now. Blue is one of the players that's still alive, right? It was Teal that died. And so now all we gotta do is finish off the, this guy. So each soldier nest increases supply, right?
Right. By one. Each instant soldier you buy is also one. Careful with your dudes there.
Well, we finished off down there. I have my army of Hydras starting to do work.
Bring all your guys up here. We'll do the tunneling.
Okay. Stop working on Blue.
Yeah, he's probably pretty much done. Anyway, we should take our queens back so they don't get caught up in the fight.
Okay.
You can bust down the dirt with the stingers.
Okay.
I'll go try to I'll hit his front door, maybe distract him.
Okay.
Then you can dig straight down and run in. Once you break into his base, wherever it is, try and find his queen.
Okay. Oh, wow, hello. That went well.
Correct. Wow. And a move victory. Big ball of
Wait, isn't it just
stingers.
Blue left? Should we all transition to Blue space, or what?
Finishing off Crane would be good. He's pretty strong. Narrow tunnels like that. He built a base that's ideal for your units. So you can't send. He should have made a big opening area. Big ball of stingers is really hard to kill, especially under tight corridors. Ooh. See all those eggs clustered on those buildings?
Mm-hmm.
That means he's been buying, instant soldiers. So normally there should just be one egg per building. So he was wasting a lot of money on that.
It seemed like that guy that one game won with just one Hydra against you, or just one or two. It seems like getting 10 Hydras is pretty good.
Pretty good. A little overkill. Looks like Pink's trying to finish off Blue. Managed to get 2-3 with no speed. Whatever. Trying to hide. Where did he go?
Oh, there he is. So that is the game. All right, new rating 1523.
Well, that took forever.
Most games are usually faster.
Usually like 10 minutes, not 23.
It was a battle of ants for the ages.
Right. Sometimes it gets weird when there's, multiple black ants that just sit in their base the whole game. It's like, gotta build up, break in there eventually. It takes a while.
Yeah, it's a fun map, though. I can see why it's popular. It's very intuitive and replayable.
Holy shit! Someone's hosting Uberina. What year is it?
Oh.
Lobby's no longer available. We're too slow. That was weird. It's like I saw a ghost.
Okay, so what was an Uberine again? Because I know I play this map, and I'm trying to remember it.
Uberina. This is Uberina 1.
I think. Do you ever play with Honajazi?
I think so.
I think that his Micro and Tactics map was like highly inspired by this, kinda, but he didn't really have the resource swing. Oh, I remember. It's coming back to me.
I haven't updated this map since the Wings of Liberty, so it's not too relevant to the micro arena. Also, it's
I will comply.
A product of its time, let's say.
For honor.
Where are your dudes?
I stalk through the stars.
I'm gonna come back.
On the wings of justice.
See ya.
Understood.
Don't attack my base. That would be rude.
Zerglings and easy peasy.
Uh-oh. Alright, how do I suicide?
Gotta go to one of the suicide areas off on the side.
Oh, there they are. Income lost to suicide. 5. Dang. So I didn't get any bonus income there?
What are you doing? Yeah, you have to kill stuff.
Because I got 2 Zerglings, I thought it would have gone up.
Not very much. The suiciding thing was, and having to lose every unit to respawn is one of the things I wanted to address in Uberina 2. So the system works completely different from this game.
I definitely remember playing this map several times, though.
This was pretty popular for a while until something happened.
I'm not a patch or something.
It's this is the map that got featured and effectively killed.
Did Blizzard just constantly try to murder your maps for some particular reason?
They're incompetent.
That's I can see there's much love here, much love for Blizzard.
Right.
Say the word, baby. Why not? Let's do this. It's about to get heavy.
Nuclear launch detected.
You're nuking me.
Annihilation commencing. Systems at
Don't you shoot my void rays.
Our ally
That's
is
rude.
being attacked.
Oh, how much do nukes do?
we are at full power.
Apparently like
Shall
20%
be done.
base HP?
1600 damage.
Cool the rock.
Do they cost income or do they just...
They cost gas.
I see.
This vessel shall be Lock wheels and
Oh, I don't know.
Buzz.
Fucking skill raise.
Oh, good old classic Wings of Liberty Void Rays. Such buzz, such ray.
This is the part where you just take it over to the suicide thing, and I get nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you should have them slightly further away from the base.
Oh, that ship has already sailed.
Yep. Back in 2013, I'm sure. Alright.
Let me look. September 2010.
Wow. Doesn't that make you just feel nostalgic?
Something like that.
Prismatic core.
Is there anything I can get for 30? Nothing I actually want to buy. Alright. I think this was probably a mistake.
Charged.
Oh well.
Cas Arashar.
Oh, no. I think it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. So there's this text like at the top center and top left. It used to be colored, and they made a change to the way text coloring worked that like broke all text colors across all maps. Like that's the sort of stupid shit like is like unbelievable. Like making changes that break like things people have made.
Oh yeah, I mean, basically you
It's
can't play
ridiculous.
half the maps from that are old because it's all broken. Like there used to be a version of Raccoon City where there's like, you know, heroes and abilities that you can go and murder stuff, you know, save the city. Interesting. Am I supposed to be able to kill my own guys?
Yep.
Annihilation commencing.
Oh.
Systems at
Oh. Okay.
processed.
Anyway, this map sucks. Play over in it too.
GG.
No GG.
You should come to the every other Saturday. So not, I don't think this weekend, but in 2 weekends, Hanajazi still runs the bi-weekly event now in StarCraft
Wow.
2.
Anyway, this is the best micro arena map that's ever been made.
Did you ever try his micro and tactics?
I think so.
You can make your own thing. It was, yeah. This is actually kind of updated for at least some expansion. What expansion is this up to?
It's current except for whatever was their latest, like that update where they changed how cyclones work. I had made this just before then.
Am I supposed to protect the pink base?
Yeah, that's your team's base. So you'll see there's SCVs, which you can, kill for minerals. Not unlike melee.
And do you get... Oh, you get some minerals for kills, I see.
Right?
Oh, and just some minerals passively.
It's all combined. So you have just minerals, kill things, you get more. When fewer things die, get minerals you spent on the deck. And it's all individual. So like, one of your units dies, kill one of your Hydralisks. Come here. You see it put some money in that green arrow resource. Then after a few seconds, it'll go back into your minerals. That's how that works.
Alright, cool.
So, lose half your army, you wait a minute, and then you can start doing, reinforcement kind of stuff. So, gotta, keep up with, replenishing your army.
Oh, hello. That was not planned.
Correct.
Whoops. I thought you were going to go attack the base. So I sent the one unit that could kill roaches away. Do you start with upgraded Hellion power?
All upgrades are researched, except for a couple, the new ones, which I never updated the map for. Originally, you had to buy spend minerals to get the upgrades, but it wasn't great. So now you just kind of have them. There's the special building, so you can scan, and there's the base heal and the nuke. Those just cost minerals. When you spend minerals on those, though, you don't get them back. healing the base, 50% of its health is 500 minerals. I mean, you know, like if the game's going on for a while, that can be worthwhile to do. But, you know, it's pretty expensive. You gotta be pretty desperate to use it. Also on there is the Destroy Units ability. You can get rid of any of your units whenever you want. There's no penalty.
Oh, cool. Didn't want to lose the Overseer. That's too bad.
There may be some balance problems.
Seems very different than I remember. I don't remember Cyclone's doing this much damage, man.
Yeah, these are the new ones. They shoot tiny little baby missiles. No telling if that's balanced. The cost of these Cyclones is based on their old weapon style. I haven't done any work on them since back then. There's like Dark Templars that like don't have Shadow Stride researched. I think there was another thing that's not upgraded, but whatever. No one plays this anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Hey, what the? Okay, where's the... you?
Scan it up. Or that.
Come back here, you!
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Genetic matrix active.
Time to cheese.
Comms open. Cyclone receiving.
Right.
So that's that.
Nice. We could always play
Sure.
Civilization Sapphire, but we might actually get a lobby.
Did you ever play Canvas?
Say it again? Canvas?
Canvas.
Oh, Pictionary. You didn't make this
Yeah,
one,
man.
did you?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my goodness. This is played very regularly.
Oh,
In the bi-weekly group with Hanajazi.
oh.
Wait, how are you doing it that fast? I'm supposed to type it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I should know this.
A perfect representation.
Oh, damn. First guess was wrong.
Close.
Oh, damn. Man, this is hard. Is this... What was our mode? Is it StarCraft units or normal words or what?
It's set to everything. Oops.
Um... Um... I feel like... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. It's a musical thing. I feel like this is not as exciting when it's only two people.
It's bagpipes with an S. I
Oh.
don't know why it's plural.
Well... I was never going to guess that until the musical notes showed up.
Uh-huh. It's a potato with knives in it.
I really thought it was a facehugger for a while. I was like, do I need to know the type of facehugger? Right? Because I mean, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, so I have to clear.
You don't have to clear.
Uh.
Snake.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying.
Snack.
And then. And so then I would always do this to indicate which thing I'm looking at as I add more details.
Uh-huh.
With incredible realism.
The fuck am I seeing right now? Oh my god, it's huge.
I feel like there needs to be like, it's like, how do I even do this? I can't even, it's... Ah, fuck!
Oh.
Oh, this is, no, hold on, there's Pictionary and then there's Canvas, so this, are they different, they're different mods, right?
Yeah. The Pictionary one is like, I don't know. It seems really goofy to me. That's why I made this one. It's like, different-y.
Differenty, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Wait. Alright, let's see. See, the problem is sometimes, once you see the one, you can't unsee it. So I'm still like imagining like the Mario music and the ghost plays through my head, even though I'm pretty sure it's not that anymore.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
It's embarrassing that you haven't gotten it already. I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah? Oh, wait. Oh, there we go.
just in time.
Oh, wait, are we on StarCraft things or not? Like,
It's on everything. It could
oh.
be a normal unit or StarCraft unit, or normal word or StarCraft unit.
All my things end up being... No, this is not right anymore.
Snake.
Everything I do starts out as a snake. No, hold on. How do I do this? I think there's like a... This does not look right at all. This is why I don't play this game, is because I'm just terrible at drawing things. Again.
Hydraulics.
It's a hydralisk. I think it was better before. Maybe. This is just... I would not guess this based on what I'm looking at right now. So I don't know. No, this is not helping. I don't know how to draw this without making it... It's a cubist painting.
Seahorse? What?
It does not look anything like a seahorse. I'm just terrible at this game, dude. We have to stop. Snow.
Look. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I already rage quit. So there is still the spotlight thing.
Sure. I had quit playing for a while, and I came back and started making like Uber into 2 and 8 colonies, and these exact things were here, and they're still here months later. So I guess, have they always been there? Has it always been StarCraft Universe Prologue?
No, because that stuff only came out like a couple months ago, right?
They've never changed. Well, this map is the guy renamed it, but it's the same shit that's been around forever. This is the World of StarCraft shit from 2010. It hasn't changed in any way.
It's from 2013 apparently.
Anyway, it's weird to see things like this. It's they set aside this huge chunk of the screen for their thing, where they're yeah, we'll curate a list of maps.
StarCraft mod has only been around since 2016 though.
Sure, that's fairly new, I guess. But
they update it once every 3 years.
One map every 5 months is a pretty shoddy curation. It's terrible, outright neglect. Have you played Fatty Fight?
Well, let's see. Oh yes, I have played Fatty Fight. Did you make Fatty Fight?
Yeah, man. This game's got sweet AI support.
It's a timeless American classic.
It's a beautiful, perfect map.
This map didn't break at any point, did it?
It did. They made various changes to the trigger system. It completely broke the map. It didn't work at all. I eventually found out, months later, someone happened to tell me. I hadn't been playing for a while, so I didn't know. The
Damn it.
map had, you know, relying on certain behavior from the triggers to determine whether units were in like a valid state. And they made a change that, like instead of doing the thing that it used to do, it just returned an error and halted execution of all triggers. So nothing in the map worked at all because everything relied on that. So I had to like totally change everything. It was just retarded.
There we go.
But it's working again now.
Mutation complete.
Nope. Come back here, you.
Oh no, my allies threw.
Are in combat.
They're not terribly smart.
Complete.
They're geniuses.
Our allies are in combat.
Hey, how do you run away like that? Don't you run away from me, laddie.
Oh, it's you.
Oh.
Get wrecked.
Oh no.
Our allies are in
Oh, you have a skin. I didn't realize this game had custom skins. My lord.
Bottom left, above the mini-map, there's a mutations button. You unlock them for doing various things. You notice all the AI ones, all the AI players have little tiny hats on. That's just for AI players. No real players can have those.
You made custom upgrades just for the AI. Oh my goodness. Seems cruel. Is there still the thing where if you hit two guys at the same time, it instantly murders them?
Yep.
I think if you added like two other classes, maybe 3 other classes, this probably would have been like a really popular MOBA.
mutation complete.
No, don't. No.
Oh, denied.
Wait, does it change based on... How does it change? Direction.
What? Bounces off things.
But what all can it bounce off? I don't know, it seemed like...
It bounces off the walls, and it bounces off the fountain in the middle. And it bounces off the little walls that you can make. Little gray things.
Mutation complete. Our allies are in combat.
Ha! Eat it!
Oh, I was busy looking at walls. Now you'll pay.
Complete.
Ha!
Mutation complete. Mutation complete.
Comp 8 has a 3 kill streak. Oh my goodness, you just got beat up, son.
Mutation complete.
My comp 6 is doing pretty good.
Our allies are in combat.
Sometimes they're total dumb fucks. Sometimes they achieve sentience and are the best player in the game.
Is that your ultimate goal in the StarCraft 2 arcade? Is to have a computer player achieve total sentience? Or are you reaching for the singularity? Tell the truth. We'll know.
Mutation complete. Our allies are in combat.
StarCraft 2, first platform with hard AI.
And it seemed like there hasn't been a lot of love to the AI in this game either.
Right. It's similar to, you know, StarCraft 1 AI. When it needs something, it just cheats.
Mutation.
It's all build order based, like no micro skill whatsoever.
Oh my goodness. No! No, this isn't what I want! Oh!
Bad face.
Where are you?
Mutation complete.
Oh! Oh, hey. Comp 5, don't you kill steal me. Kill stealing comp. Rude.
In combat. Mutation complete. Our allies are in combat. Mutation complete. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in contention. Complete.
Oh! Oh wait, what, was that denied? Rude. It's my base now, comps. What you want?
Our allies are in combat. Mutation complete.
Gibbed.
Our allies are in combat.
Or is it jibbed? I never actually knew how to pronounce that one.
When you're playing this map, it's gibbed.
Alright, fair enough.
seem to be slipping.
Mutation complete.
Oh my goodness. All these mines. Hey, don't you get any more kills now. Don't you do it. Don't you do it! Don't want none of that. No, sir.
Our allies are in combat.
Don't you do that. Oh, rip.
Correct.
GG's, GG's.
I had all the good maps.
Fatty fight. It's a timeless American classic.
A while ago, not so long ago, I was working on similar to Canvas. I wanted to see if I could render even more little squares than Canvas does. So I made this map. It was just, tech demo. But it
I
has
really like the title.
plenty of squares. The effect is resolution dependent, so you may or may not see gaps between the pixels. You can use WASD to move your little shape around. I borrowed the NES color palette to make these sweet graphics.
Oh my lordy. Do I have an attack? What happens if...
This is all it is. This is updating at like 11 frames a second, and it's the I don't know. The resolution is about a quarter of the NES resolution. Whatever that
Dude,
is.
you should make Legend of Zelda.
Right. Doing like a full-blown emulator would probably be tricky.
Da, da, da. No, hold on.
But this worked
Da,
pretty
da, da,
well.
da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
This is it's like drawing all the things like, individually, or at least it's updating them individually, and doing them more like it does in the actual Nintendo, like would be far more efficient. Having like a tile map.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do all that. That's a lot of work for no gain or benefit of any kind.
Beautiful.
Someone's hosting my public test map. Don't they know?
Yeah, they want to get in there and they want to know what the next changes are going to be. They want to be ahead of the curve so that their MMR continues to go up, man. Gotta get that ELO through the roof. Highest in the world.
There's one guy that's at like 2400 or something. Just like crazy high, especially considering how small the player base is.
I mean, that's what you chase for, is to be the top of the leaderboard. The global world leader in ants, man.
Right. I tried organizing a tournament, but most of the players that signed up didn't play their matches and wouldn't respond to any form of communication, so it kind of fell apart.
Hmm. But you made a fatty fight, man. You should make a straight up MOBA.
Uh-huh. There's this map. Did you ever play Cortex?
Cortex roleplay. Wait, didn't we try this with you once? Is this the, I feel like were you trying to make something stronger than Cortex?
I made, before this, previously I had made another map called K-Script, um, which was just an attempt to make like a in-game like scripting system,
Mm-hmm.
um, which was you know sort of similar to Cortex kind of thing, but Legend is like full blown like attempts to you know replace like Cortex functions with things that don't suck. As like all the Cortex stuff is done with chat commands,
Mm-hmm.
which is terrible and like unusable. It's amazing that anyone plays it. So I wanted to make some sweet UI that gives you access to the same sort of functions. It's like, you know, you see like the create button
Yeah.
opens up this menu. You can, I categorized a bunch of units, people, vehicles, whatever. Click the create button.
Right click to spawn a unit. Oh,
So it
I have a
appears.
Marine.
You'll notice it's kind of big.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I didn't like about Cortex was like, the units are just like small. People, they spawn like humans,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're like especially these types of civilians are like, they're a third this size, like by default, and people like play with them like that, and it's really weird. So in this, I scaled all humanoids to be roughly, like the same like size.
Mm-hmm.
So like, these people are, approximately, the same like height as like a Marine. Marines obviously look a little bigger because they're like, just they're kind of bulky, but they're if you like pitch the camera down, you can see they're kind of the same height. All the humans are like that.
Dude, war pigs don't dance.
I made a thing, there's like the vehicles. I gave them all like load things, so like people can get in them, drive around, unload, whatever. Weird stuff. I made a lot of weird features.
Now, you were also trying to make it so that you could change
There's also
like the
like search.
size, right?
There's a search bar, so you can just like type in the name of any unit you want. Like it'll come up with a list of all things that match whatever substring you've typed in. Model will appear, so you can see what it looks like.
How do I...
There's a little bar right above the create button.
I can teleport around! Whoa, my lordy! Look at him go! He's doing the circle dance.
There's some weird units, like the Giga Blossom.
No! Don't blossom me!
I made like a lot of the creatures, like this thing, can like pick up units and like carry them around.
Oh, nice!
There's a lot of things like I noticed people had a lot of trouble trying to make doors in Cortex, so I made a bunch of custom door units. They're nothing like the normal doors. They actually work at all. You can open them, you can close them, you can I forgot how to turn things.
You have to hold A and D, man. Or something.
You can turn them off. I could have sworn it was Alt click, but obviously that's a pain. Oh, let me read these things.
So you can only do the unit type, you can't do the unit for the names?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. It doesn't search the custom names. They're all unit types.
So now all of my Marines are President Obama? No, there can only be one!
Unfortunately, names are, you know, unique per, like, unit type.
Weren't you trying to do a thing where you would, like, create individual unit types every time you made a new unit? Or you could, so that you could have, like, names for things?
What?
No? Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Made this thing, like, fades in and out, plays a sound effect. That's, like, not default at all.
Surprises.
Made, like, this thing, teleporter unit. You can, like, set a teleport point, and your units can, like, go to it, and, like, go there. Maybe it's broken. Or maybe I don't remember how it works.
Seems like this was very involved at one point.
There's door switches. You can hook them up to doors, and then units can use them to open doors. Looks like these things don't work anymore, though. Normally you just, like, kind of right-click on them with a unit, and it would happen. Maybe a patch broke it. There's all kinds of effects, like you make fire and stuff. You can add behaviors to units, you can taint units. You know, whatever. There's, like, duplication tools. You can, like, change, like, all kinds of options. Turn glow on. Turn halo on. All the things. You click on the players tab, there's player options, alliances, resources, cameras, lighting. Like, switch it to a different day lighting, or an evening lighting, or night lighting. You know, whatever. I like,
Seems fun.
you know, the actual lighting things are named after the map types, or like the train tile sets. And there's like a whole lot of them. In Cortex, you have to sort of just like go through them, type out all their names, see what they even are. Very non-intuitive, very tedious. For this, I made a bunch of custom ones that are, they're all different, they're all useful, and they're all named after the thing that they look like.
That's fine.
So, like, if you want a day one, you just click on one of the day ones. If you want a night one, you just click on one of the night ones. It's real easy. If you have your shader effects set the appropriate levels, you can also produce dynamic lights. Can you see that?
I can see an orange ball and a blue ball.
Do they are they producing light?
There's a little cyan light here, and here, and here.
I think let me look in the options. Like graphics effects, shaders, if it's set to like medium or low, I think it was. Those things just look like spheres and don't actually emit light.
They do
just
kind of look like
unfortunate.
spheres. What am I on? I mean, I'm on high. Post-processing is medium. Reflections is off.
Maybe, I don't know. One of the settings does it. I can't remember.
I can't imagine you have to go up to ultra. Oh well.
Oh, I made an FAQ. Maybe it's in there. Lights don't work. Shaders has to be set to high. That's all it says. Well, anyway, there's things like that. There's like permissions, so I can like give you permissions to do things.
I set President Obama to wander nonstop. Seems appropriate.
Nice. So the feature set is pretty extensive.
It seems pretty cool. And you just kind of stopped at some point. You're like, I don't actually want to Cortex roleplay. Or
The Cortex community is
bad.
uh,
Awful.
well, they're gay for Cortex and only Cortex. They'll have nothing else.
Yeah, because they want to use the chat commands. Spawn 9,000 dudes.
The only chat command in this is for making your units say stuff, which is just preceding anything you type with either open square bracket or close square bracket. Which is real convenient. A lot more convenient than like fucking say or whatever it is in Cortex. Also, everything the units say appears in log, which is nice. So you can see what the fuck's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Probably the biggest feature is loading units or unit groups or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I've made a bunch. Here's a town. Turn lights back on. So I like positioned all these units, and props, and whatever else.
Can I kill your zealot then?
Sure.
Oh, F2 doesn't work.
Yeah, these door switches are definitely broken. There's this thing here, these like control panels.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on them, you can see there's a hidden door switch like on them. Normally, you could just like right-click with the unit and the door would open. That's pretty sweet.
All your cool things are broken now. Because the patch that broke all the things. Damn it!
You can also undo spawning unit groups, so all those things are gone now.
And then you can just bring them back by redoing.
Yeah, now they're back.
That's nice. There's even a little doggy. Or
Let's see what
animal of
else I
some
have.
kind.
Here's a bridge. This one's pretty sweet. You can walk on that bridge.
Can I hover train over it? Oh, actually I can fly over anything, so that's not a good example.
Right. Use the marine.
Oh my lord! Well, he kind of drives over it. He also kind of goes into the water.
Hmm.
He goes a little bit beneath the bridge.
That used to be working. Might have changed. Well, fuck that bridge. Here's a similar sort of thing. Platform, like out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Should be able to walk on it. No tell, that probably doesn't work. It's made of the same things the other one was. Here's another thing, also made out of those.
That's nice. Real fancy. Got your own little estate. You can have people come up and be like, hello, now I'm here. Knock, knock.
Oh, yeah. Well, that one's working. He's obviously walking on top of this. These stairs aren't working.
Oh
to-
my lord. Maybe it's
to
the
walk
Outback
right up.
Hunter really struggles with any sort of change in terrain. It's probably vehicles that really struggle with it.
Yeah, the marine's doing it too.
I'm in a rock.
Used to not be like that.
Rocky!
If you look over here, you'll see this area is, just the metal. Now it's an ice world. Glaciers and snow.
I do like the snow. It really adds, really brings the room together. So you can set up, you can create little scenes with atmosphere and environment and cargo trucks. Ah, get out the way! Oh no!
Giant beetle.
We're ice truckers. We gotta
There's some
ship
nice
the
benches.
thing.
You can also, like, you can save a unit group, and then instead of loading in the position it was saved, you can just put them wherever. Like, I can put this bench thing, here or there, or wherever. So that, there's that.
And Cortex people just kind of look at this and they're like, nah, I can't use that. It's unplayable.
If you'll, direct your attention to this desolate nothing here. Turns into a nice grass area with a waterfall.
Trying to want to add the sign lights. Oh my lord!
Oh.
It's the wisps. They're invading. How do I mass remove?
You can select them and hit remove, or if you go to create and click the remove button, you can like paint remove.
Oh, that's
You
interesting.
hold
Actually,
down
you
right
can
click.
make the spheres. You can hide the spheres and then make them unselectable, and then it really
Yeah.
is kind of just cyan lighting.
Yeah, in case you just only want the lighting or want to like attach it to something that's supposed to emit light.
That's pretty cool.
Like if you're maybe, you can like, where's that shit? And set the lighting to be like total like darkness.
And where are you doing this lighting stuff?
It's under players. It's like players lighting. And then there's another like list box. All the lighting options.
Oh my lord. I'm just viewing it up now.
You fucking up my camera.
Am I? I thought you would say something as soon as I started.
Oh. I was wondering what was happening. But then I remembered that I gave you permission to do.
So I can set the lighting different for different players? Oh, you have to set lighting for all players?
No, it's global. It's for everyone. It was originally like per player. That's why it's under the player thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't make a whole lot of sense. It's good for everyone to see, the same stuff.
Yeah. I like the shadows moving. It's cool. Of course, is there a way? Oh yeah, there we go. Reset to default. That's the one. That's the most important button of all.
Right. But yeah, so like the Cortex players, looked at this. They're like, obviously impressed by its technical capabilities, but they didn't play it at all. They just go back to Cortex and pretend like it doesn't exist. Like tediously typing out their stupid alias commands. Like they could be like placing units interactively in this map, saving them with a single click, instead of doing all that stupid shit. But they continued to do it anyway. Don't know why.
Well, you should do. You should add. Is there a way to add RNG? Right? Can you make like a tax deal? Can you make it? Hold on. How hard would it be to make it like turn-based? Right? Could you set up turns for each player? Do like a full D&D campaign in here?
The whole like game mechanics kind of stuff is de-emphasized in this, especially. Like all the units have like very like typical amounts of HP, like 100. I think almost all the humans have like 100 HP or 50 HP or something. Yeah, it's 50. It's whatever. You can change all the stuff. Like you can change all their stats, attack speed, movement speed. You can switch their weapons all around. But role playing is not really about that. Like, if one thing is going to kill another one, it should, should be based on some sort of like thing happening in the story, and not just a unit shooting another one.
Right. It shouldn't be that the Baneling is hungry and decides to eat Echo. Or it should be that the character has decided to do something, that's why an event occurs. And that this should somehow be described. I don't know, I feel like usually when you're doing roleplays, it's like only people in text. And so it eventually just ends up becoming extremely stupid. I never really could get that. I've had like maybe like 1 to 2. I've had maybe one good Cortex roleplay, and maybe 2 or 3 decent-ish ones, but generally it's just a total waste.
Right. Most of the people sit around for a while and make some stuff, and then leave without interacting with other players.
It's like it more becomes a design session. No one wants to just have a character that they use to interact with the other characters in any sort of meaningful way. It's like, maybe I feel like this engine would be really good for, doing something over, VoIP and having some sort of GM that maybe has created something beforehand, and then everyone can make their own character and interact in that world.
Sure. The idea, one of the things I want to do is make it easy as possible to, for a player to set up like a world, save it, and then, like load it later when there were actual players to like experience it. So I think I achieved that goal pretty handily. Like it's dead simple to like set things up and save them.
It clearly has a sort of narrative cinematic style built in based on the terrain groupings with these clearly orchestrated scenes. Half the time, though, it seems like people who go into Cortex roleplay just want to spam battle cruisers and mass units at each other until something explodes.
There's always that. I did a lot of other stupid, tedious stuff to make this game look better. So like, you look at these units. So like one of the things I did was like normalized all their, like the sizes of their health bars and selection circles. So like, even these like trees and like shrubs here have like selection circles that are like appropriate to their size. So there's like 1,000 units available. So like going through all of those is like quite a task. But it like adding that like level of consistency to like all the objects that you can place is really nice. Like makes it really easy to work with the units.
Yeah, just
Nothing like
I
that
think the
exists in
challenge is like
Cortex.
I've never found a group of players in StarCraft that really were good role players. Like I feel like the player base is not conducive to that, right? If you want to role play, you go do a play by post or something.
You're right. There aren't really any role players. I had met Zether, who had made the Forge mod for Cortex,
Mm-hmm.
and he was basically the only developer that had been doing anything for Cortex in any sort of recent times. Um, so you'd think of all people, he would be like enthusiastic about the platform, but he's like the most like nihilistic, like pessimistic person there is. Like role playing is dead to him. Like role playing was never good. Role playing doesn't exist. There are no role players.
No, there's plenty of role players, but in like play by post and in Roll
You're right.
20, or
Not in StarCraft.
not really in StarCraft now. Because there's no RNG, right? Like you need a level of uncertainty, I think, in terms of the mechanics to have an engaging experience, right? Because otherwise, if you're just always deciding the outcome of every encounter, really kind of before it starts,
What's sort of a different format.
yeah,
Like there's no people like don't play. In the rarest instances when people do actually do role playing in Cortex, there is no like GM like guiding the thing. It's sort of a free for all.
yeah, I think that's
And
probably why it's always so terrible.
probably it's it's nice to have a GM. The problem with that, of course, is that like being a GM is a lot of work. It's like
Mm-hmm.
hard to do, so no one wants to do it. It's like doing like lots of setup, like doing a lot of work to keep the players in line during the game. Like shit ain't easy.
So what's the difference between Wander Leash 2, 5, and 8?
Difference between what?
Wander Leash? What does the
And
number in the leash refer to?
oh, that's the radius that they'll wander.
Oh, okay. Ah, that's nice. Creep
There's
source.
also the base wander is no leash, so they can potentially go anywhere. And then wander nonstop just doesn't have a pause. They keep moving.
That's interesting.
Anyway, making all this stuff is pretty entertaining, even if no one really used it.
Um, I want to make an army. Then we
Found out the hard way that Cortex isn't bad because it's technically awful. It's bad because the players are bad. No amount of map making can fix them.
pretty much. All right, then there.
I made this run walk ability and put it on every humanoid. So like, also I matched their speeds so they all walk and run the same rates, and when available, they play their walk or run animations.
Mm-hmm.
Most units don't have those.
Is there a way to give it just attack everything?
Attack everything? You want them to attack each other?
Just, I want them to wander the map searching and attacking anything they see.
Oh, put the put wander nonstop on them, and annoy all the other players.
Can I no longer select all of them?
Should be able to. Oh, they're not yours?
Yeah, if it's not mine, I can't select all of them at the same time, can I?
You can give yourself control of whatever player that is, and then you can select them.
Interesting.
The other thing you could do is create one that works the way you want, then duplicate it in the Modify tab.
I have shared control over a faction that is not allied to me. I like this.
Uh-huh. It's like I can select one of these battle cruisers and click duplicate, and like mix them like here. They work just the same, though they're mine. LOL. They're making splashes in the water. That's weird.
Of course! And then what you do is you make a massive amount of HP on all of them. So that they just sit there shooting each other, and then you have your guys run through.
Start with the map with auto-attacking battle cruisers. Save all. Then, whenever you play, load.
Exactly.
I,
Oh wait.
did some basic, very basic griefing prevention with the player permissions. But it's, ultimately futile. The permissions are mostly, they prevent you from, like,
I mean,
screwing up
ultimately, if you're getting
potentially.
griefed in a roleplay session, you're probably just gonna have to fucking leave anyway. I mean, unless you're gonna
Right,
kick the person out of the game entirely.
right. So, like, I have a thing that prevents you from making more than 300 units. So, like, you can't accidentally, like, lag the game up,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice. You can't, like, accidentally change other people's units, by default. So, like, someone might take the unit remover tool and drag it all over the screen to get rid of their stuff. You wouldn't want them, accidentally removing someone else's stuff.
Right. Need to set the shared control. What player is this? Can't even fucking remember what player I'm on half the time. This is the reason I always sucked at these things. I thought I just gave
Nice.
myself control. Oh, there we go.
Cleanup function removes all dudes.
Wait, no. No, stay on player 12. No, I don't want you to be purple anymore. Alright, gotta keep track of this. What? There it goes. The remove thing seems to be... Oh, it's just because it's the flying units and I have that offset, right? Removing
Maybe.
flying units is slightly annoying. That's fine, though. Are the palace turrets the wrong faction? Or are the banshees the wrong faction? I can't even tell what I did wrong now.
Well, they're purple and you're green, so
No, but it's supposed to be player computer 12 and computer 14 fighting each other. I also forgot to change the banshee life.
I guess there isn't a good way to tell which color those players are, other than making a new unit for them.
Yeah. Oh no, the life is correct. They gotta be different. Yeah, the banshees are clearly player 14. There it goes. So you can select it and change the player.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's what I was looking for. Alt. If you select a unit, press Alt Z. You'll face the cursor. So that's the shortcut for making things face the direction. What you may want to do now, if you're having your characters talk to each other, you may want them to look at each other. And instead of like trying to click them into position, you can have them just turn on the spot. Real easy. It's also pretty good for positioning objects. Tweaking them slightly.
Wait, the turrets are supposed to be shooting back. Damn it! Fucking player 12, what are you doing?
Palace turret.
Or is it that they don't have an anti-air attack? No, it's air and ground.
Ground and air. Anyway, Alt X moves dudes, and Alt K kills dudes. All three of those work on whatever you have selected.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, features for days. I made everything imaginable.
Oh, well, you know what they say. If you build it, they will come.
Time to kick myself out of the game.
Can I kick myself?
Yeah?
Wrecked. GG's. Apparently I had 50 million unspent resources.
I saw that. Did you give yourself resources?
I think I did.
I had that interface, but like, there's really no reason. Nothing
The thing requires
costs
resources, though.
But it's there.
It's fun.
So that's the most elaborate map I've ever made, and also the least played map I've ever made.
Sometimes there's a relation there, right? I mean, I always felt like Kanazazi, worked so hard to make his make your own micro map, right? Micro and tactics. And then he always had a hard time getting a player base because it was, no one actually had the patience to sit down and create their scenario.
But then when you just screw around, like spend 3 days, like doing whatever, it's ant colonies.
Exactly, right? And it's just, you do something, this seems fun. And you just start with the, what seems fun just for you and add some multiplayer and bam, good to go.
Next time I make a map, I'll spend no more than a day on it. No more than 10 minutes. Then it will be the best map.
One of the most replayed maps in our group was something that one of the players made in, like, I don't know, an hour, where there were SCVs that threw command centers at each other. And the objective of the game was to hit each other with command centers that flew through the air at hilarious speeds. It was certainly playable. Sometimes all you need is a strong core mechanic, right?
Right.
See, I mean, if maybe they could have really spent another 20 minutes given the ability to throw factories as well as command centers and have the factories like land and block pathing, bam, you got like a whole you got a whole map on, right?
Well, the only thing left is Civ. Fuck that. Fuck Civ.
You could always try to make a new Resident Evil map. Do you want to see how broken this thing is? Yeah, see if I can find it.
Monk just got online. He's Ubering his one true fan.
This used to be a playable map at one point. It was even given to another developer because computer was like sort of moving away or something. And then some patch hit and it just, entirely broke.
Pretty lame.
It was always such a simple concept, though. You have a set base, you defend that base from waves of zombies that attack from every direction. Bam! Hour and a half gameplay right there. Add a few missions that you have to go out of your base every now and then to unlock new units by successfully doing missions. It was pretty straightforward. But I don't think anyone's really. I mean, there's now there's like other stuff. There's Undead Assault and all this other stuff. Very different feeling, though, right? In Undead Assault, there isn't a city that you're defending. You're just kind of running around murdering everything.
Right. Gotta get that atmosphere.
Like, oh, the zombies are attacking the residential sector. all these civilians are running away. We have to save them, right? You kind of get that in Undead Assault, but it's a very, very different feeling when, you know, the zombies aren't actually attacking the buildings and killing the civilians and whatnot. And just, you know, being able to see the entire city at the very beginning and then, you know, having sections of the city be destroyed as the zombies push in. And so then at that point you're like, oh, we're losing control of the city, and you can see it in the mini-map itself. Really just goes back to Brood War, though. That was one of the Panzer Cavalier maps. Did you ever play the Panzer Cavalier maps in Brood War?
Oh yeah. I played all the maps in Brood War. I made Brood War maps for years.
That's the way to do it, man. Did you ever play the Lord of the Rings maps?
Of course. Not really my thing though.
Yeah. Is there another Ants public test map lobby up, or is that just me not having reset it? Oh, I think that was just me not having reset it. Sometimes
Right.
you forget to refresh.
It likes showing you really old things.
Sometimes they even still work.
I'm not sure why they did it this way. Like, is it really too much to ask to have a real-time lobby list?
That's too much to ask, man.
I guess.
Can't handle.
Like, is it really too much to ask to like show the number of players in the lobby? Like that join leave thing that people have been doing since Brood War. Like, they just want to see what's in the lobby. They join, they look, and they instantly leave. The only way they're ever going to fix that is if they let people look at lobbies without joining them. But they're never going to do it.
Well, I think I'm gonna get a little bit of food.
I think I'll head out too.
Thanks for going back in your time machine with me.
Right. Playing all the classics.
Timeless American classics, man. Right? From the Wayback Machine.
Oh, well, I'll see ya.
Alright. See ya, man.